Good afternoon. I am Shamia, Oregon's grown-up Secretary of State, and I welcome you to the fourth annual inaugural ceremony of the 2021 Oregon Kid Governor. We will start out this ceremony by hearing our Pledge of Allegiance from Dominic Peters, Oregon's first Kid Governor. Do you want to say hi, Dominic?
Hello.
And Erica Baldwin, Oregon's 2019 Kid Governor. Good afternoon, Erica.
Good afternoon.
All right, take it away.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Baru, unmute your audio.
Oh, say, can you see light and early light? What's so brightly lit at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Reverend, if you'd like to give the invocation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be with all of you here today, particularly with our students, our teachers, our parents, and our grown-up elected officials. Would you please join me in a time of prayer and meditation for our invocation? Gracious God, we come from every part of this great state that we call Oregon. This is our home, a place that we love. And from every corner of this state come unique people with different ideas and different value systems, different belief systems. But what unites us all is a common concern for one another. So today, as we inaugurate a new Kid Governor and honor those who have served in this post in the past, we want to lift up the issues that they have campaigned on for this office. We want to make sure that our Oregon is a state where kids are valued, where no one has to be homeless, where our climate is clean and healthy for all. We ask all of this, O God, knowing that we are people of different traditions. There are Christians in our state, there are Muslims in our state, Jews and Buddhists and Hindus, and many other people of spiritual beliefs. We ask for your blessings for all of those people, the uniqueness that is our Oregon. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Reverend Chuck Curry. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
You know, I remember reading a book back when I was little, and it said, all the things I needed to know I learned in kindergarten. Those things were like share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, and clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, and nowadays wash them more than ever. Flush the toilet. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and drink some and draw some and paint some and sing and dance and play and work some every day. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out in the world, watch out for traffic. Hold hands and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but we are all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in that styrofoam cup, hopefully we're not using styrofoam here anymore in Oregon, but in that cup, they all die and so do we. And then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, which is look. With all due respect to Robert Fulghum, who wrote that book, know everything we need to know we didn't learn in kindergarten. Because while these are wonderful values and tips to live by, in kindergarten, we don't learn how to participate in a democratic government to uphold these values and tips and to make sure that every person in our society has what they need to live these values and their life to the fullest. For that, we have to wait until our 5th grade to participate in Oregon's Kid Governor program. Oregon's Kid Governor program is a statewide civics education program for our 5th graders that's managed by the Oregon Secretary of State's office. It is an affiliate of the Kid Governor program, an award-winning civics program created by the Connecticut Democracy Center. Today, we're here to celebrate Tanish, Oregon's duly elected 2021 Kid Governor, and his cabinet. Tanish was elected on a platform of stopping racism, work that is still ongoing, and we are lucky to have such a talented and compelling Kid Governor as Tanish to help us in this work. Racism has no place in our classrooms or our state, and it is all of our jobs to do as Tanish says and act to stop racism. One of the leaders in our community who is doing that action, even when it's difficult, is my friend and grown-up state representative, Janelle Bynum.
Hi, thank you, Senator. Well, she used to be the senator. Now she's got a big new job. Secretary Fagan, wow, it's such an honor to call you that. Thank you for having me. I have my own 5th grader here. He's not here by choice. I made him come sit next to me. He was doing his long division today. But I'm so happy, Tanish, to help welcome you as our next Kid Governor. That's such an honor. And I wanted to make sure that you and your cabinet know that you always have a home in the Oregon State Legislature. I'm excited today to be speaking with all of you and glad that you all are all excited to be learning about government. Or maybe you're as excited as my son Asa. I don't know. But I'm so happy that you're all dressed up, you are ready to go, and you're ready to make your place in the world known. One day you'll have an opportunity to actually mark a ballot yourself or actually put yourself on the ballot. I can say, as someone who has run for re-election twice and an election once, my first election, the best day of my life was the day my voter's guide pamphlet was dropped. I felt like I was dropping my first album. That was like super huge for me. But what I wanted to share with you today is, number one, you have a friend in the legislative branch. We help people from the community with all of their challenges, and we make sure that each and every person feels heard. We also hear the needs of the community, and we try to craft solutions, or we try to make solutions through bills. And anyone has the right to ask their representative or their senator to help them write a bill. And so we have a fancy system on the computer that I know you guys can find faster than your parents, because sometimes me and my kids race on how quickly we can find something. But our system is called OLIS, and you can find any bill that you want to have some information on there. And you can also find how a bill becomes a law. So that is your homework for today. And then also in the legislative branch, we interact with the executive branch and a little bit with the judicial branch. And we try to make sure that we are a good partner with the governor, and we provide feedback on the governor's budget and all of the initiatives that she or he has. We're working together to get solutions and to identify things that maybe they need to be, that maybe they have the power to fix and we don't have the power in the legislature. So finally, ordinarily next week, we would have Kids Day at the Capitol. We won't have that this year, but next year, I hope each of you will join us. I always do it on President's Day, and I always want to make sure you know that you have a home in my office at a very minimum. So thank you and congratulations. And from the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you, and I want you to be the superstars that I know that you are. Thank you, Secretary Fagan.
Next, we will hear from the former Chief Justice of the Oregon Grown-Up Supreme Court, Chief Justice Paul DeMunez.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Okay, great. First, I want to congratulate Tanish on your victory as kid governor. It's wonderful to have won that election. I'd like to thank you, Secretary of State Fagan, for continuing to promote civic education in our state. The understanding of the genius and the importance of our three branches of government is not part of our DNA. Instead, each generation needs to be taught and nurtured in its appreciation of our democratic system. And unfortunately, not enough of that occurs today in our public school system. So to our young people out there, as you've already heard, both the US Constitution and the Oregon Constitution establish three separate but equal branches of government. The governor and Secretary of State Fagan are representatives of the executive branch of government. And you just heard from Representative Bynum, who is in the legislative branch of government. So I was asked here today as a representative of the judicial branch. I want you to think of the judicial branch of government as made up of judges and employees who work in our courthouses, in communities in every part of the state. It is the judges in our courthouses who resolve disputes between individuals, disputes between the government and individuals, and many other kinds of cases. So in this country, we try our best to resolve disputes peacefully, and to do so sometimes requires that people go to court and present their dispute to a judge who resolves their dispute. I think most of you at one time or another in your young lives have seen the iconic statue of Lady Justice. And that statue of Lady Justice is often placed in front of a courthouse or just inside the front door of a courthouse. You will remember or note that Lady Justice wears a blindfold and is holding a scale and a sword. And the blindfold means that when you go to the courthouse to have a judge decide a dispute, whatever that dispute is, the judge's decision will not be based on your name, the color of your skin, or whether you are rich or poor. In other words, in deciding a case, none of those things should have any effect on a judge's decision. The scales of the statute represent that a judge will resolve cases fairly and not be affected by any outside influence. So let me just say it this way. In other words, even if our new Secretary of State Fagan or Representative Bynum wanted a case to be decided a certain way, what they want will have no influence on a judge. The judge must decide the case in accordance with the law and decide it fairly. And finally, take note, that sword represents punishment. We live in a country and in a state where we have to hold people accountable for their transgressions. And what we do in the judicial branch of government is to make sure that when we are holding people accountable, we do it fairly. But when a person is found guilty of committing a crime, it is the judge who orders that person's punishment. You can't really see this on Zoom today, but I put on my black robe. And that's a tradition that came from the colonists of England. Judges wear robes as another symbol of fairness and respect for our system. So I want to thank all of the young people again for participating in this wonderful form of civic education. And I want to thank you for inviting me again to administer the oath to our new kid governor.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Herkert, and I am the director of the Oregon Kid Governor Program. As the Secretary of State, the Oregon Kid Governor Program is a new and exciting way to teach civics education to Oregon's fifth graders and to participate in the election process, not unlike they will do when they get older. And they also learn how their government works. The Kid Governor Program is a national award-winning program created by the Connecticut Center of Democracy. It's a participatory government in action. All elementary school principals and fifth graders across the state were invited to participate in the program. Before voting in the Kid Governor election, every classroom has to complete 15 civics lessons provided by the Kid Governor Program. These lessons teach about state government and how elections work. Our experience from its inception 4 years ago has been incredible. Over and over, teachers comment on how the idea of electing their own kid governor creates a level of excitement and engagement, not only for the students who threw their hat into the ring, but for all of their classmates as well. With the help of family, classmates, and teachers, each fifth grader who wanted to be a candidate prepared a 1 to 3 minute video and talked about why they wanted to be kid governor, what their leadership qualities are, what community issue is important to them, and what their 3-point plan is to address this community issue. In the videos, each candidate can only identify themselves by their first name. They cannot mention their school or where they live. These rules keep fifth graders focused on what is important: each candidate's leadership ability, the importance of each candidate's platform issue, and if each candidate's 3-point plan is achievable by fifth graders. 7 independent evaluators were recruited from around the state, and each has a different background and was asked to view the videos and rank these. In this year, despite the pandemic, we had 18 videos. So they watched all 18 videos and rank them on a number of criteria that evaluates leadership, their issue, and whether the issue is achievable by fifth graders. The top 7 videos became our final candidates. The 7 final candidates videos were placed on the Secretary of State's website, and during last November's election week, fifth graders from across the state viewed and voted for the candidates video they thought best represented their own concerns. I encourage you all to go to the Oregon Kid Governor website and watch these videos of our future leaders. They truly are remarkable. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2021 candidates that were runners-up for Kid Governor. As I call your name, please tell us who you are, what school you attend, and what your campaign platform was, why you chose that issue, and what your 3-point plan was. So we will start with Ruthie.
Hi, I'm Ruthie. I go to McCormick Elementary School. My 3-point plan was, well, my issue was I was going to help, well, I still want to help other kids dream big about their futures. So like future careers. And I wanted to make videos telling our state legislators why that's important. Second part of my plan was to make dream big teams at schools around the state. And the third part of my plan was to lower tuitions on public colleges, because that's a really important part of dreaming big and finding a career.
Very good, Ruthie. Next, we have Fia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fia. I go to Hawksville Elementary School, and I live in Sherwood, Oregon. My platform is littering. I chose this platform because I want to help keep Oregon clean and green. My 3-point plan starts with inspiring others. I plan to lead by example and start a cleanup group in my neighborhood. My second point is to educate. My second point is to educate others. I will make a video that will educate about the dangers of littering and what we can do about it. And I will also create a blog called Fia's Friends, where I will share the videos with other Oregon 5th graders. My third point is action. I will create a volunteer community cleanup day program at my school, where volunteers will meet and clean an area of our community once a month. I'll also make a template so other 5th graders can follow it to do the same at their school. And I'll share the template and my experiences on my Fia Friends blog. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so excited that I get to be part of Tanisha's cabinet.
Thank you, Fia. Lohi. Lohi?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Lohis and I go to Oak Creek Elementary School in Lake Oswego. My community issue is global warming and climate change. I chose it as my issue because global warming and climate change has impacted me personally. My 3-point plan is AAA, also known as Awareness, Action, and Amend. For awareness, I want to let our community know what global warming is, what caused it, how to stop it, and the consequences of it. For action, I want to implement the ways that we can stop global warming, like burning less fossil fuels, planting more trees, taking shorter showers, biking instead of driving, etc. I also will create a master disaster recovery plan, which will have a portal with a list of volunteers and their skills. When we're in emergency situations, we can contact those volunteers and ask them for help. Last but not least, for amend, I will gather feedback from our community and represent it to the lawmakers so that they can make new, better laws that will help our community for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Lohith. Great job. Evie.
My name is Evie. I go to Adams Elementary School, and my topic is helping animals. My 3-point plan is called FEW, which stands for fundraise, educate, and website. F is fundraise. We could create events like making things for animals and selling them to raise money for shelters, etc. Educate, we could do presentations for our class and tell students in schools about how they can help animals in need. And third is website. We can create an online directory that can show all the shelters and ways to help and things they could need that you could donate.
Thank you, Evie. Very well. Brenna.
Hi, I'm Brenna. I'm from Deep Creek, Damascus, and my platform was air pollution. My 3-point plan was PPP. Plant a tree to help clean the air. Plan ahead so you know where you're going before you drive there. And personal responsibility so you can support eco-friendly businesses. And I chose air pollution because it affects me personally because I have asthma.
Thank you, Brenna. Very nice. And finally, we have Abhi.
Hi, my name is Avi and I go to Flex Online School. I chose to save the environment for my platform. My 3-point plan was a 3R plan: reduce, reuse, and recycle. To reduce the amount of harm we do to the environment, we can walk, bike, or carpool to school or other places we need to get to. To reuse, we can use reusable water bottles instead of plastic ones, and reusable grocery bags instead of the plastic ones. To recycle, we can compost food scraps and fruit peels and turn it into a great fertilizer.
Thank you. Very nice. Okay, as you can see, these 6 students will now become the cabinet for Oregon's 2021 Kid Governor. You all did a great job, and I encourage you to continue to work on your issues. You are our future leaders, and congratulations on being a final Kid Governor candidate. Next, I would like to introduce Raga Mandala, Oregon's 2020 Kid Governor. Raga chose the issue of transitioning the homeless to permanent housing, and her term got off to a fast and running start. She was honored by the Royal Rosarians for her work, visited Malabon Elementary in Eugene, and spent time with the Housing and Community Services Department to learn about their programs for the homeless, and she was able to present at one of their conferences. Then March came, and we went into the pandemic lockdown. However, this did not stop Raga from achieving her goals. We had many virtual meetings, including conducting career corner interviews, working on lesson plans to teach about homelessness, and visiting with a 5th grade class in Buffalo, New York. Raga learned that the schools she had visited included students who had been homeless or were on the verge of homelessness. And because of Raga's big heart and her passion for cooking traditional Indian food, she decided to have a fundraiser and give the money to those schools. She raised $1,600 for that cause. Raga also had another cooking fundraiser, this time for Join, Connecting the Street to a Home in Portland, Oregon, and raised over $4,000. She's also raised money for the frontline healthcare workers at the beginning of the pandemic And if you really like Indian food, check out Raga's Fun Kitchen. You won't be disappointed. So Raga will now give her farewell address.
Good afternoon, Secretary Fagan, Representative Bynum, Chief Justice Mr. DeMunis, Mary Beth, Ms. Sewell, parents, students, and everyone else in attendance today. My name is Raga Mandala. I have had the immense honor of serving as Oregon's Kid Governor for the year 2020, and I would like to share with you a little bit about my experience. I remember the day, January 8th, 2020, very clearly. I felt a little overwhelmed that day. I remember being nervous about the press conference, and I remember really hoping to see Governor Brown in the audience. Turns out the press didn't show up that day, and Governor Brown was busy elsewhere. My inauguration did not exactly go how I pictured it, but it was every bit memorable, fulfilling. That day was a perfect representation of how my term as Oregon's Kid Governor would go, unpredictable, but immensely empowering and gratifying. My mission was to help transition the homeless into permanent housing, and my three-point plan was straightforward: learn, love, legislate. Within the first few weeks of my term, I met with folks at the Department of Housing and learned about the projects in the pipeline to help the homeless. I visited a school with many children on the verge of homelessness. I met with a state representative and discussed the role students can play in influencing the legislation. I felt well equipped to make headway into my campaign promise, and then the pandemic happened. Since I could not visit the homeless shelters, other schools, or lawmakers like I'd hoped to, I decided to start a YouTube series called Career Corner. I interviewed a director of a homeless shelter, a police officer that was once a homeless youth, and a state senator, among other career professionals. Through these interviews, I gathered the information I needed to put the lesson plan on homelessness together. I continued to host fundraisers while adhering to the social distancing guidelines. I hosted a total of 6 fundraisers in 2020 and was able to raise almost $8,000 for various charities with my cooking. During all my fundraisers, whenever I spoke, the adults took me seriously and listened to what I, an 11-year-old, had to say. A 3rd grader made and sold bracelets to raise money for the homeless, inspired by my work. It's extremely powerful when young kids know that they can make a difference. The Kid Governor program made this possible. The proof's in the pudding. Look at Tanish. His 3-point plan, awareness, communicate, and take action, I am sure will help make a dent in uprooting racism from our communities. Good luck, Tanish, and I hope that you'll enjoy being a Kid Governor as much as I have. As I transition out of this role, I feel content, knowing that I have made a difference, but by no means am I done. With my left hand firmly resting on the Holy Bhagavad Gita, I remember making a promise last year, to be a leader and a good example to my peers. I took those words to heart that day when I took my oath, as well as this past year, serving as Oregon's Kid Governor. I hope to stay true to that promise and do my bit for the community throughout my life. I truly had the experience of a lifetime as Oregon's Kid Governor, and I have an army of people to thank for it. I'm indebted to Mary Beth for being my mentor, chauffeur, cheerleader, and for even braving my chicken biryani and spice powder. My sincere thanks to Miss Emma Snodgrass and Mr. Griffin Walker for publishing my blog and Facebook posts. I'm thankful for Dom and Erica. Their accomplishments inspired me to follow this path. My sincere gratitude to all the patrons of Raga's Fun Kitchen. Their support fueled my fundraising endeavors. Thanks to my friends for encouraging me, to my grandparents for their unconditional love, and to my little sister Thara for making me smile even when I'm supposed to be mad at her. And finally, to my parents, I'm grateful and incredibly fortunate to call them my Amma and Nana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raga. When we started this program, I never thought I would get so attached to these young leaders. Not unlike Dom and Erica, our first 2 kid governors, Raga is a great ambassador for the state. She is a great leader, driven to make a difference, and most importantly, has a very large heart. And like Dom and Erica, I am proud to call you my friend. With that, I would like to ask Chief Justice DeMunis and Tanish to prepare for your oath of office.
Thank you. Can you hear me? okay? Great. All right. Denise, do you have the oath in front of you?
I don't think so.
Get going, buddy.
Have you got it now?
I can repeat. Can I repeat after you?
Oh yeah, of course. I just wanted to make sure that you, in case you needed something, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I want you to raise your right hand and I want you to repeat after me. I, Tanish, do solemnly swear
I, Tanish, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Oregon's Kid Governor
of Oregon's Kid Governor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
And I promise to be a leader
And I promise to be a leader
and a good example to my peers.
and a good example to my peers.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay. All right, sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tanish Garg. It is an honor to be here, and I am really grateful and humbled to have been trusted with this opportunity of being the Oregon Kid Governor 2021. I would not have been here without the help and support of many people. Fair warning, it's a long list of thank yous. First and foremost, I would like to thank our Honorable Secretary of State, Shemia Fagan, Representative Bynum, Chief Justice Paul DeNunes, Dr. Chuck Curry, and Mary Beth Herkert, and everyone who has always supported the Kid Governor program in Oregon. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here today. I am also really thankful to the Connecticut Democracy Center for developing this program. Secondly, I would like to thank my teacher, Mrs. Sewell, and my school principal, Ms. Karowski, for introducing me to the Oregon Kid Governor program. I would also like to thank all my teachers throughout for guiding me and helping me become the 5th grader I am today. I would want to thank all the previous Kid Governors, Dom, Erica, and Raga, for their inspirational work and for carrying the torch for the program all these years. I hope to live up to the expectations. A big thank you to all the wonderful 5th graders across Oregon who participated and voted. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my parents, my little sister, and my friends for always sitting by me and encouraging me. I would like to congratulate all the finalists for their amazing platforms: Lohit, Abi, Ruthie, Brenna, Evie, and Fia. I can't wait to work on our 3-point plans together. During my 1-year term, I would be focusing on implementing my 3-point plan for the community issue of racism. I chose this topic because being treated differently because of your skin color or culture is hurtful. One day, I was imagining if all the kids were the same, we all looked the same, did the same things, talked the same way, the world would be really boring. Our differences in culture, language, customs, festivals enriches this world. As such, I feel that we should celebrate these differences, and we kids can grow respecting that and unite and learn. I have personally experienced how it feels when one is judged because of their differences in culture or background. It makes you feel like that it might be a mistake just being you. I realize that when I don't know about something, I could easily judge. But when I learn about it, I am more accepting of the differences. My 3-point plan is called ACT. The A stands for awareness. I plan to create a club in which all of us will be learning about a different culture every month. This club will give students the opportunity to express themselves and teach their peers about their wonderful culture. including food, language, music and entertainment, fun facts, festivals, and more. The club will be called Club BU because I want everybody participating in it to be themselves, because we are the best when we are ourselves. The C stands for communicate. I will strive to create a safe environment for students to share any personal experiences, either in the club or by writing to us, because a lot of times when we don't share about it in the fear of being judged. I want to stress that when you share your experience and how it made you feel, it helps me and lots of kids just like us to understand and become a better person every day. Lastly, the T stands for take action. I plan to do some fun food sales with foods from different cultures to celebrate our differences. I think this is a good way to support and show that we can enjoy other cultures. In this effort, we will also try our best to support local businesses that have been hit really hard because of the pandemic. As we learn and grow in this effort throughout the year, we will plan to take other actions as well. Racism can only separate, but kindness can heal. Let's all work together and make this world a better place for each one of us. I am eager to start this year with you. Thank you.
Well done, Governor Tanish. It is an honor to be in your presence. Thank you, everybody, for participating today. I just want to repeat a few of my favorite things from our governor, our kid governor, Tanish. She said, our differences enrich this world. So let's celebrate them. Racism only separates, but kindness heals. Governor Tanish, I wish that I could convince all the grown-ups that I know to be in a club BU and accept each other for who we are and celebrate those differences. I can safely say that I think I speak for everyone on this call, whether they're part of the Zoom participating or those folks out watching on the YouTube and all of Oregon, to say we are lucky that you're an Oregonian, and we are lucky to have you as our duly elected 2021 Oregon Kid Governor. Congratulations, Governor Tanish, and to your family, to the whole cabinet. Thank you, Mary Beth, for putting together this wonderful program. Thank you to Representative Bynum and Chief Justice Muniz for your participation, and the Reverend Dr. Chuck Curry. With that, I think we can all say that our future is in very, very good hands. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for participating. With that, we will call an end to our Kid Governor inauguration. Congratulations, Tanish, and all the finalists for this year's 2021 Kid Governor. Thank you to our past Kids Governors as well for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Beautiful collaboration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think we're going to ask the Kid Governor and the members of his cabinet to stay on the line. We should be beginning a press conference shortly if we have members of the press available.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth. My name is Aaron Fiedler. I'm the press secretary for Secretary of State Shemia Fagan. I am joined here today with Carla Axman, who is the Secretary's Communications Director. And I believe we have a reporter from Coin TV on the line with us. Just to kind of kick it off, I'll ask a quick question of Tanish. Tanish, talk to me a little bit about what you're most looking forward to in the year ahead here as you're beginning your term as Kid Governor.
Well, personally, I can't wait to learn about all the different cultures with my peers, because I want to learn more about everybody's cultures, because it seems really fun to me.
That's great. Carla, do you have a question? Oh, you're on mute, Carla.
Sorry, I'm on mute. I'm still forget about that sometimes. So, Tanish, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations again on being Kid Governor. It's tremendous. I loved your speech. Can you tell me some more, please, about your platform for the upcoming year and why you chose that platform?
Thank you. And my platform is racism. And I have a 3-point plan, which is ACT. The A stands for awareness, which I'm going to create a club. And I'm probably going to call it Club BU because I want everybody to be themselves because we're the best when we're ourselves. And in this club, we will learn about different cultures every month. Then the C stands for communicate, and I will strive to create a safe environment for students to share any personal experiences because that will help me and lots of kids just like us to understand and become a better person every day. And the T stands for take action, and I'm planning to do some fun food sales with foods from different cultures to celebrate our differences and show that we can enjoy other cultures. And I chose this topic because I thought that racism, when somebody is unkind to somebody because of somebody's skin color or culture, it's hurtful, and it makes you feel like it might be a mistake just being you. And it's a horrible feeling, and I don't want anybody to feel like that. So I want everybody to be able to learn more about their friends' cultures because I think that when you learn about something, you're more accepting to the differences, rather if you don't know about it. So that's why I chose this topic of racism.
Tanisha, I'm curious if you've gotten any advice from former Kid Governors as you begin your term here.
Well, I have gotten a little advice from Erica, Dom, and Raga. They came when I got the news that I had been elected, and they gave me advice on how to They told me that it's going to be fun and it was going to be a good experience. So I was really wanting to do it. So yeah.
That's great. I'm curious too. Your classmates, what did they think about you being elected Kid Governor?
I'm pretty sure all of them were really happy. I think they have been waiting for this, and I'm pretty sure they were all happy, really happy that yeah.
That's great. Well, I'll kick it over to Carla. I think Carla maybe has one more question for you.
I do. Tanish, so it seemed like your family was really supportive. I was I could actually see them on the Zoom earlier. And can you talk about your family a little bit and just the ways that they've helped you both make a decision to run for Kid Governor and then how you see them supporting you during your governorship?
Well, they supported me throughout making my campaign video and helping me film it, and they were standing by me and supporting me on every decision I took, and they were really important, and I couldn't have done it without them. And I know that they will stand by me for my whole term and after that too.
Wonderful. Well, with that, I think that's all the questions we have. I really want to thank all of you and congratulate all of you. This is such an exciting day, and I can't wait to see, Tanish, what you do in the next year and what the entire cabinet does in the next year with their platforms and the work that you all are doing to really make Oregon a better place. So, so with that, I will pass it back off to Mary Beth.
All right. Well, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Carla. So Tanish, you and your cabinet, I will be in touch with you shortly, and we'll set up, we'll have to do our virtual first cabinet meeting to get us started. We'll figure out a time that works for all of you and works with your classroom schedules. And then once the state capitol reopens and we're allowed to meet again, then I would like to have all of the cabinet and you, Tanish, and their families and to come to the state capitol where we will celebrate properly and also take you around to meet your legislators and actually meet the Secretary of State in person. So with that, congratulations to all of you. And I really look forward to working with you in the future, the very near future, as we get started on Tanisha's campaign. Thank you.